Hey, my brothers and sisters. Nice intro, Robbie. Nice intro.
Oh, wait, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All the movies talked about.
The best time of the year. Best time of the year, man. Horror Fest. Starting a week early too, man. Which I think originally I wasn't supposed to start a week early. I think I misread the room when Robbie said he was starting a week early. But
nah, man, you didn't read it wrong at all, dude. An extra week of Horror Fest. Fuck yeah.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. So I figured no better way to start Horror Fest in 2023 with 1980s Maniac, directed by oh my god, I just forgot his name. The Maniac cop director.
William Lustig.
William Lustig. I literally had it on the tip of my tongue. I was like, Jesus. And then Joe Spinell starring in. Got a little Tom Savini action in there, and him doing the practical effects, which I think this was one of the biggest things where Tom Savini got that like realism out there. You know, where they're like, this shit that he does looks real. Which we all know, if you've seen any of his documentaries, he was trying to, you know, take the bits and pieces he saw when he was in war, because he was a photographer in the war, and kind of bring that to film and make it more realistic and not, you know, like that pinkish blood that they had before. Right, you know what I'm talking about, like Dawn of the Dead, like that type of blood.
Yeah, the exploding head, it was like an exact copy of what he did in Dawn of the Dead, he said.
It's like his best. It's like the best head explosion ever. It's like it's even better than Scanners in my opinion.
I go this one and then Scanners.
Head explosion.
Yeah. But yeah, this would definitely be probably my favorite William Lustig film too, without a doubt. I like literally when I was making the Horror Fest list, I threw this like first, and like Robbie knows I changed the list around 100 times, dude. I sent him the list, unsent it, sent it, unsent it, sent it, unsent it.
I'm like, bro, my notifications are blowing up. You got to chill the fuck out. Just figure it out, man.
But yeah, this one always was first. This one never moved. I always was like, this is a fucking dope ass one to kick it off and set the tone. And it was funny because Perry was like, dude, I watched that movie last year and I never.
Yo, I never edited the reaction, dude.
He thought
just have it sitting there.
He's like, I can't find it. So I was like, dude, yes, we gotta get you on for this one. So dude, I'm super hyped to talk about this. I know Robbie has taken his hiatus here and there because he's a busy man, and I know he'll be joining for basically 99% of Horror Fest. I think Cujo's the only one he won't be on. You bastard. You know I'm a Stephen King fan.
Yeah, I just couldn't bear.
I'm just kidding, man.
No, I think that night it's just not going to work out. But yeah, dude, I'm here for the long haul. DHS, I told you when I took my little hiatus, I was like, I'll be back for Horror Fest, bruh, because it is the most wonderful time of the year. I've been doing this shit for over a decade, Horror Fest. So like, yeah, and adding an extra week really helps us out this year. We get to do some really good movies. Still a lot of great movies left out of the lineup that we'll get to next year. So it's going to be.
Oh, dude, there's always plenty of movies to add, you know, that's for sure.
But I can't think of a better kickoff for this year than Maniac. Like you said, sets the fucking tone, bro.
I thought so too, because when I was like kind of looking at the list, I was like, dang, I kind of did a good amount of slashers, but you know, we got a good list, and towards the end I'll show off everything else we got to look forward to after week one. Because, like Robbie said, man, it's a freaking big one. I mean, my man's doing whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise and the whole Saw franchise. Freaking wild, dude. I don't know how you do those. I really don't. It's absolutely bonkers to me.
Hard work and dedication, Dylan. That's what it is.
That's for sure.
And good hair.
Yeah.
Oh, wedding hair, possibly.
But where's the little tagline? Vote for me at CBS.com.
Is CBS.com? I wish.
CBC.
No, by the way, yeah.
I said CBS.
I've been nominated for 6 CBC Awards, Comic Book Community Awards. Please go to cbcawards.org and vote for me on all of 6 of those. That would be great.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. So, like I said, Maniac dropped in 1980, directed by William Lustig, and I mean, this guy is legendary for doing his New York horror films, like Brain Damage, Frankenhooker, the Maniac Cop trilogy. What was it? And not this one, but the Maniac Cops he did with Larry Cohen. Larry Cohen wrote the script for those. So, I mean, this guy, oh, dude, I didn't even know Joe Spinell did the screenplay and story for Maniac, which there's nobody better that can do this role. I don't know if anyone's seen the Elijah Wood one. I've only seen like bits of it. I actually want to probably review that at some point. Maybe
I hear good things about that one, Dylan.
Yeah, I never hear nothing bad. So Elijah Wood kind of can, you know, get into that craziness. I'm sure it's different though than this one. You know what I mean? Like a different tone and aesthetic, but I'm sure it's good. I'll definitely have to check it out. But Joe Spinell just like taps into something that's just like next level, dude. You definitely get a lot of Psycho vibes in this. You know, you definitely see the inspiration from that when you know, he's talking to his mother and kind of going back and forth. He seems just like a Norman Bates, but in New York City in what, maybe the 70s this takes place, 70s, 80s, I'm guessing, at least 80s. I think though this movie just is nuts, man, and I absolutely love it. What was it? I always forget. I always think it kicks off with the Tom Savini kill, but it doesn't. It starts
the camping kill. They're by the water.
Yeah, that's the one.
Beach.
And then that's the second kill, I believe. When
the scalping is second, right? Where he scalps the chick, right? Isn't that before he blows? Yeah, I think this. When he kills the sex worker, and He
Yeah,
scalps her.
you are
Yeah.
right. You're right.
And
yeah.
then after that's the Tom Savini bit, right? Like you
Right.
don't want to like start off with like the best part of the film.
Yeah, the first two kills are the girl and the guy at the beach. He kills a girl, then he kills a guy.
Yeah, but that was a dream, though, right? Like the first actual kill was the
It was a
prostitute.
flashback, I believe.
Was it a
Yeah.
flashback? I thought it was a dream
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he definitely killed a lot of other people.
because he like
that's
woke
for
up
sure.
after that.
Yeah, I'm sure he did it. So.
Maybe it's a
movie-
dream of something he did before.
Right.
Yeah.
Be my
This
guess.
movie, I'd say,
Maybe.
takes place within like a few days or maybe a week. But it's what was that? What's that one serial killer that was like building a body? Was that in real life that they based this off of?
Oh, it was like Gacy.
Maybe Gacy or
Whatever
something
it
that's
was,
giving
yeah.
body parts, because that's what he's doing as well. He's killing all these people and he's kind of
Yeah.
like building himself a little mannequin, kind of like a pieces type
Well, I
thing.
think
Yeah,
he just
definitely
puts a scalp on each one. He gets the scalp puts on top and nails it to the mannequins.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's not like necessarily building, right? But
Yeah.
he is like he's scalping them so he can have their real hair, I guess.
Yeah.
On it's weird.
And he did have a two-way.
Yeah,
he
he
did have a
cares
two-way
about the
tape, so
hair
he had
more
to
than
use some
anything.
nails. You know.
Yeah, he's more a fan of the hair. He wants to stroke it and then feel.
By the
those
way, vote
locks.
for me for best hair over at the
Just-
CBC Awards.org.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you'll get scalped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't vote for me, you'll have no fucking hair, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know this was first time watch for not Perry. Last year it would have been
Yeah, last
first
year.
time watch though for Scarpad. So that'll be interesting to hear what he thinks.
Oh, that's
And I know
surprising.
Robbie's seen it.
Yeah. I've seen it. That's surprising that Scarpet hasn't seen it though, man.
Ha,
This
ha.
is your bread and butter, bruh.
Right?
I've seen a movie that's horror before Scarpad.
Perry's
Life
seen
is
the
complete.
movie before you. That's fucking saying something,
I know, it's
motherfucker.
sad. I was aware of the movie. I just never saw it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I love William Lustig though. I love like Brain Damage.
Seen that?
That is such an underrated flick. I always felt. What else did he do? I think that's it. Frankenhooker, Uncle Sam, the Maniac Cop trilogy.
You say
Big
Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker.
Yeah.
I've never seen Frankenhooker, for instance.
Never
I've heard about
heard
it.
of
I just
Here's
got
the thing.
that. Frank
When you
was-
said Uncle Sam, are you telling me this same guy did Uncle Sam Want You Dead
Yeah,
with the like lithographic VHS cover?
yeah,
Bro, I've seen that one. That movie sucks, but it's so awesome.
yeah. That's his worst. That's his worst movie for sure. Actually, I don't think he did do Frankenhooker. Wait, I swear he did. No, that was Frank Henenlotter. I'm tripping. Frank Henenlotter did Frankenhooker and Brain Damage. I'm mistaken. And Basket Case. That's the guy. And then William Lustig did Maniac Cop and Uncle Sam, and then he did this. Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. The kills are absolutely incredible. The the getting into the mind of Joe Spinell and like kind of like seeing what makes this guy tick, and that he just has these crazy mommy issues, and that she was putting cigarettes out on his arm and just like throwing him in the closet and just beating the shit out of him, and just like how that he can like. The one thing I love the difference from him and Norman Bates is Norman Bates was very like secluded and by himself and very timid, where Joe Spinell can kind of go out and he kind of gets himself dressed up and he's pulling women like models and stuff.
Got
And
the
I'm
riz.
like, damn, dude. And he can make himself fit in and feel like he's almost like a 1%er in a way, where it's like, I'm like thinking, I was like, do these women think he's like got money or something? You know, it's like very weird how he's
Well, I
like,
think it was like a switch because you saw that at the cemetery with Carolyn Monroe. He was fine with her and then as soon as he sees his mother's grave,
yeah,
the switch kind of gets thrown and he kind of converts to that animal side of him. So yeah, I think he definitely had two sides because he was pretty smooth
definitely.
when he was out there with Carolyn Monroe. You know.
Well, that's why
They had a great relationship. You know, they were friends. You know?
yeah. I definitely think like that's the thing, because I couldn't tell if like that's him killing the women or if that's like his mom, because she would say like when he's talking in his mother's voice, he would say, "I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble." So I was saying, it's like the mother telling him, like, you got to stay out of trouble. So it is him. Obviously I know it's him, but like in his mind, does he think like Norman Bates would say his mom was killing all those people, not him, you know?
I think he knew because he kept on saying, "Don't make me do it. Don't, you know, don't, I'm gonna do," you know. He was aware what he was doing.
Yeah, definitely. But dude, I think the kills are just absolutely incredible in this. To me, this is what really set Tom Savini's career off. I really believe that, like, obviously Friday the 13th was great. All the stuff he was doing at this point was great. 1980 was a huge year for him. I think The Burning came out in 80 as well. But this is like really what set it off. The scalping, the head, the blowing off the head, his own head, you know. It's just next level in this. And yeah, I'm excited to hear what you guys got to say about it. I'll start with Scarphead since he hasn't seen it, and then we'll work around. So first time watch, man, fucking crazy. Perry's seen a movie before you. Now that's we'll remember this forever.
Yeah, I know. It happens. Oh, I love the movie. You know, Robbie knows I like my 70s grunge and exploitation movies. It started off as like an exploitation, but it really became a cult classic. And this Joe Spinell guy, the more I learned about him, and you see him in so many movies, from The Godfather, Ninth Configuration, he was in a ton of other movies he was in. He had such a career. And then we watched the documentary on him. I mean, he ended up living for like the last, like almost like what I'm doing. He's living with his mom. His mom they almost had a relationship like of like they were dating. They had that kind of close relationship. They even have a scene in the documentary. He's sitting there watching some scenes of his movies, and him and his mom are toking the same, bogaring the same joint. So, I mean, I think that's where when he's writing the screenplay, I think that's why he put in some of the mom issues. He was so close with his own mother. But this movie has that look, that grunge, that 70s New York look, you know, with all the live scenes. I guess they went out later and filmed, like him and his cinematographer went out at night. Lustig didn't even know anything about it, and he just filmed scenes of him looking in windows and stuff, and they add some of that to the movie. I mean, but then that dude has that kind of like his low, like his breathing and his like almost like a growl when he's pursuing these women.
Yeah,
that is just you remember that, you hear that, and it's so creepy, and it really builds his character.
I forgot about that. I was thinking of that.
Then when you see he's also capable of being like Mr. Smooth, getting a hottie like Carolyn Monroe. It's just, you know, you really believe this guy. Nobody else, I don't think, could have played that part. And everything from the music to the atmosphere. And then, of course, this movie was really, really, you know, they paraded the Women's League, you know, and I can understand where they were coming from back then. And maybe that's why I didn't see it. I don't know, but they really went after this movie. But you know, things like painting over signs, making sure they get, because of that, the movie grossed like $4.5 million, and it returned to like 150 grand or whatever it cost them to make it. So, you know, once again, by telling people not to go see it, it had that opposite. Probably the first movies to have that opposite effect. People went to see it. But yeah, it's a great film. It really earns everything. You know, the gore is fantastic. The performance though is what nails it. That Joe Spinell guy. I mean, I'm gonna go back now and we'll start watching more of his performances because he's in so many iconic movies like Rocky and all that. But he was just great. And yeah, definitely. This movie really is. I think they were trying to make Halloween again, but they made their own. They really made their own style of slasher movie. After this, people tried to copy, I think. And yeah, I think it's really a trend-setting movie. I loved it.
Hell yeah. I knew you would. I knew you'd like it. Like I said, no better way to set the tone. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I feel like Spinell didn't get to really lead many movies. He was always a side.
No, this was his first one.
I was gonna say, and I'd say this is his biggest thing he's ever.
And they promised him that he was gonna be on the poster's face because it was his first leading role, and he wasn't.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Messed up.
His crotch was on there though. That's
Yeah.
probably even better. Actually.
Hey,
Sure.
Yeah,
you know how to get the party started.
That's right.
Talk first, baby.
Robbie, my man, I know you're gonna have good things to say, man. I know you're hyped for this. What do you think, brother?
Man,
I'm
I
dying to
fucking
hear.
I love this film. I think it's rather brilliant for what it is, you know, and I love that, you know, Scarpad was saying it's trend setting, and it is. We've talked about movies on this channel like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. We've talked about movies like New York Ripper, right? We even talked about Martin, which was like a little bit before this, but all these movies are in the same vein, character studies of serial killers, right? And yeah, it was incredibly controversial at the time because you had Gene Siskel talking about he walked out at the moment Tom Savini's head got blown off, and I'm just like, what a fucking wuss. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, get over yourself, right? He's like, oh, this movie like perpetuates the stereotype that women don't need to go out because there's maniacs out there. And New York's not filled with maniacs and New York rippers and all this shit. Man, fuck all that, dude. This is fiction. This is fiction. This is
quite a few.
trying to understand something. Well, there's maniacs in every city, right? And New York rippers. But this movie's trying to understand something. It's trying to provide some nuance to something that's truly heinous and let us understand that we're not all too far removed from that. Amazing performance in this film from Spinell. Like 100%. Like he carries the film. He is believable and even charming in his own way that you do think he can somehow sway a hot ass babe like Caroline Munro. Bruh, let's talk about her. I love her so much. If you're a fan of the Hammer horror films, you're going to know who the fuck I'm talking about. She is amazing in this role. I like this movie. I like it a lot. I like that it's transgressive. I like that it's grimy. I like that it's grindhouse. And like you said, Scarpad, they were trying to do Halloween, but a different way. And movies from 1980, they have that like that 70s aesthetic, and I just absolutely eat that shit up. Stuff like Friday the 13th, the first one, stuff like The Burning, stuff like Mother's Day. They have this kind of like gnarly, like transgressive vibe to it that reminds me of shit like Wes Craven's Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, you know, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. By the way, we're talking about all 9 Texas Chainsaw Massacres Monday night for Horror Fest on PCP Movie Night. I love this film and the music. The music. Y'all know it's so important to me for the music. The music is so rockingly awesome. It's not a rock score. It's none of that shit. It's just like these eerie like piano notes and synthesizer and these kind of tones. Before that was even the norm, right?
I couldn't believe this was Chataway, Jay Chataway.
Yeah,
He's done
absolutely.
a lot of Star Trek TV shit.
Yeah. And
this totally different.
This is something that he was doing back then, man. Like, I absolutely love it. I think the cast, for the most part, is pretty cool. But the main guy, like, he's the shit. Joe's the shit. I love the way it's filmed. Very like documentarian type style. It kind of makes you feel like it. And this is a lost era of New York. New York's not like this anymore, right? And so to be able to spotlight that, and that's something I grew up with, right? Like every movie I watched growing up in the 80s, that was New York, you know? So like it's got this nostalgic tinge to me. I absolutely love the structure of it. It does not overstay its welcome. There's maybe a brief moment where it slows up just a tiny bit, but really it doesn't because Caroline Munro's right there and you just get to kind of focus on her. But I do love it. And the music is great. I think it's got something to say. It's not just exploitation. It's exploitation with a purpose. That's what Maniac is. And I fucking love it.
There's definitely a great character arc within this guy.
And Caroline Munro was a last minute replacement. She only came in because she worked with Spinelli in Star Crash, and they asked her to come in because it was supposed to be Daria Nicolodi, and she couldn't get away from what she was doing in Italy to do it. So in the last minute, they were shooting the next day. He asked her to do it, and she said
so
to do
you
it.
telling me that in an alternate reality where Magnum PI was Indiana Jones and David Lynch did Return of the Jedi, that we have her in this movie instead of Caroline Munro.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So maybe she's a better actress, but Caroline Munro looks a little bit better. So
Hell yeah.
I agree.
But Yeah, dude. I knew you would have fun. I know you've seen this one before, so I knew you would enjoy this one and it'd be a great combo. And I know I don't know I'd say because I know our Fable's from New York and currently resides there, but let's see. I wonder if he'd like this one. He's in the chat right now.
From what I know about
Tom
Fable's
Savini.
opinions on Henry and Martin, I don't think.
not.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. This one.
This is like Henry on steroids.
This one, yeah, I was gonna say it's Henry on steroids for sure.
I don't know. Honestly, I think Henry is way more like transgressive than this one. Like this movie's got, and by the way, the fucking special effects,
like
Tom Savini's special effects are amazing. They're so freaking good. The head blow of the like.
I might like Henry a little bit better than this movie, I think, but it's totally different.
Don't worry, Henry makes me uncomfortable.
Like a better movie, but this is just like when he says it's on steroids, it's just like the kills because the scalping, the headshots.
And I think Henry was a bit more polished than this movie is.
I could see that.
Both shot on 16 millimeter, by the way. Right?
Oh, really? I wouldn't. I would think that this was maybe shot a little different, but
no, it's 16 millimeter. Did you watch the 4K? Does the 4K look good on the show?
The 4K looks pretty good, but it has some grain. But yeah, it looked all right. As good as a movie from this era is going to look,
I was going to say that this is one that definitely is going to be grainy because it's like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get the Blu-ray would be really fine.
Yeah, this was definitely, that era. And I never even thought of it being like kind of trying to be it's Halloween, which that as soon as you guys said it, I was like, holy shit, I never even put those two together. But being in 1980, that makes perfect sense that's what they were kind of going for.
Yeah, because in 1980, Halloween's still being played in some theaters on certain nights on the weekend, right? In the Tom Savini documentary, do they mention that like Tom Savini took, was it Monroe Scarpad that he took to see Halloween?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had never, they pitched it to her as like kind of like Halloween.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the screenplay she had that they gave her didn't have any of the explicit stuff in it.
Yeah. What's crazy, the movie doesn't actually, you get this movie has a reputation. You think it's going to be like super gnarly, nonstop all the way through, nothing but tits and ass and throats being cut. And that's in there, but it's not that at all. It is a true very grounded kind of character study that I absolutely love.
Without a doubt. And Evan, Spinell is in the 9th configuration. Yeah. He's one of the generals or officers.
It's a good movie. That's a really good movie.
Love that movie. I never thought my brother would like that movie, and that's one of his favorite movies. He told me after he watched, he loves that movie.
And if you haven't seen us cover the 9th configuration, we did it here on Dylan's Horror Show. So check out that.
I love that movie too.
That movie needs a 4K.
I never saw it. Got a Blu-ray from Scream Factory, which looks really good. I think it's got a 2K scan, but it could get a 4K and
Maniac can get a 4K.
Of it. That's a very underrated Blatty film. I fucking love that dude. Perry, my man, I am so excited to also hear what you got to say because I know this might not normally be in your wheelhouse.
Okay,
so, I know you are always appreciative.
Perry, real quick, did you rewatch this? Did you rewatch it?
Yeah. I rewatched it. I started editing the movie and everything. I'm gonna have
it's only like an hour and 20.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
Yeah, I rewatched it because I'm trying to put it out for this October, but it feels weird saying that I like this movie because it's so like fucking like filthy, like a fucking sleazy ass movie, dude. And it's like, yeah, it's a great movie, but like, I don't know, like I feel weird saying that I like it. I don't know why. Like, there's a lot of horror movies that I could sit down and put them on. I'm like, I could, let's go watch fucking Creep or let's watch fucking Halloween or something. But like, I feel weird saying, hey, you want to watch Maniac? It's just because it has that. I don't know. It's just to me like it just dirty. Like you could watch it and go and take a shower.
Without a doubt.
I thought it was cool. I liked it, but the whole time I was watching it, I felt unease. Like I don't like it felt creepy. Like this guy, like you start off with the 2 murders, and then the prostitute, he's fucking cutting people's scalps off. Like the only time I've ever heard of that was in school with like Native Americans. They would scalp people or they would get scalped, so it's like to even see that in a modern day is like what the hell am I watching? You know, like it felt twisted, you know, and then nailing it to a mannequin is like, what kind of deranged human being wrote this down on a paper? Is like, this is a great idea, you know, like it just seems like the twisted, you know. But at the same time, I thought it was cool.
Nail it in.
Yeah, like
nowadays they would
cool.
use the double stick tape, gorilla tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was cool for the fact that that's the intention, that it's making me have these feelings that I don't want to have, that I don't enjoy, and it's able to pull it out of me, which I thought that's why this is a great film. You know, that someone mentioned in the chat, the Son of Sam. I read somewhere that scene with the shotgun was inspired by the story of the Son of Sam, of the killer. That's why how that came to be. And actually, they said that they couldn't get a permit to film there, so they shot the shotgun, which was a real shotgun with a real shell, and they threw it in someone's trunk, and then they drove off so the fucking cops wouldn't catch them, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it was illegal to shoot a gun, right?
Yeah, fucking guerrilla filmmaking at like prime, like how fucking.
But
awesome.
back then, shots going off happened every freaking 30 minutes.
And that was Tom Savini, who actually shot his own head off. And he said that when he shot the gun, it went straight, like he got knocked straight off that fucking car.
Yeah. So just like reading that and like seeing it, like it just makes you have more of an appreciation for what that is. But I thought it was great. I thought it was super creepy. The end with the hallucination with the mothers and stuff like that. Like it almost felt like a weird twist, but it's like the whole movie felt like a weird twist. You know, seeing him, like you guys referenced Norman Bates in it, that split personality, you definitely seen it. And it was just like, I almost felt like I was watching a different movie at sometimes, you know, like it just, his whole entire demeanor is just different. But yeah, no, this is cool. If you guys haven't seen Maniac, definitely watch it. It's on Pluto.
Yeah. I think we all recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though it makes us feel weird to do.
Yeah, so. You know, like I feel weird saying, hey, you should go watch this movie.
Disclaimer, none of us think that killing people and scalping people is a good thing
absolutely,
to do.
Yeah.
But if you want to feel, if you like the Saw movies and you like kind of feeling unsettled and just like, ugh, like Perry just said it perfectly. Like this movie just makes you feel like, what the fuck am I watching? Like unsettled the whole time. But I think that's the point for people like me and Robbie who are kind of numb to this shit, and like Scarpad, where it's like we basically laugh at that.
We're always pushing for the next hit, the next big hit. We're always pushing for that next big hit. Maniac's one of those. Like when we need to ground ourselves, we've watched too many of these horror films. We're laughing at death and mutilation. We need to watch something like Maniac or Henry to be like, oh shit.
Well, I mean, but there's nothing difference. I mean, let's face it, Terrifier 2 has more gore than this movie could ever fucking dream of. But this movie makes me feel more uneasy than Terrifier 2 does.
You can fit You could fit three Maniacs in Terrifier 2, by the way. Right. Like, that movie's so fucking ridiculously long. I'm just saying, like, Maniac gets in, gets the job done.
Scene they could have cut. The only one. The rest all needed.
Love it. It is like, I think that is probably the longest slasher movie in existence. I don't think there's any slasher.
Let's hope it.
It's
let's
like
hope
2.5 hours. And normally horror movies have always been at that hour and a half mark.
But
2 hours is like.
Not to get a tangent, but it didn't feel long. It didn't feel that long to me. So.
I do believe it's the longest slasher ever. Let's just hope that it maintains that record throughout the rest of my fucking life, because I can't handle another slasher that long.
It's going to be okay, because Terrifier 3, I heard, is going to be 27 minutes. So we should be.
Okay, good. He's going to make up for it.
Yeah.
So we can put them all together. It's a normal size movie.
When I meet him next month at Scarefest, I'll ask him, Damien.
He's coming down
oh my God, the length of the movie was perfect.
I'm gonna be like, bruh, I love your boldness, but that movie, why is it so long?
You're like, you send me a copy and I'll do a little trimming for you.
I'm gonna tell him, like, bro, you need to watch my review. You need an editor. I'm not gonna say that to him.
I know you won't. Let's hope he's not watching right now.
What's up, Damien?
Come do the short movie that me and Perry are gonna film one day. Come do the practical effects. We'll get you in there. I know you'd be down. So I'd say we'll probably go favorite kill scene. I know most people are gonna say it's pretty easy, but there's some good ones, man. I would go the scalping for sure. But I'd say the one that is really rough, man, is like that hooker, man. Because when he's like getting intimate with her, and then she's like trying to kiss him, and then he's kind of like, you can just tell he's like almost like awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he almost like doesn't know what he wants to do. He gets too excited, then he like, then he's awkward, and then he just rolls over and just chokes the life out of her. And that just seems like something that really, I guarantee, has happened quite a few times to sex workers. You know what I mean? Especially in that time, in New York City, in that era, like that is something that really went down. So that's a really intense scene where you're just like, whoa, like it really kind of sets you up for what this movie is going to be.
Well, what set me back the most is the fact that 45 years ago, $30 gets you how many? 50 gets you halfway, and 75
all the way
gets you all
around
the
the
way
world.
around, man. Not bad. What era?
Yeah, and he had to pay for the room and color TV.
$5 extra for the color television.
Fuck. I mean, but yeah, I love the scalping in this, man. I mean, obviously, the easy one would be the Tom Savini head blowing scene. That's better than Scanners, but I feel like that scalping is what really set this movie for Tom Savini, because once they saw that, like, and just the peeling back, it's just like, dude, come on. And then he just takes the scalp and just pop, 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 hammers the nail into the fucking mannequin, like, nuts, dude. I might watch that Elijah Wood one tonight, man. It's kind of got me hyped for it, because I saw the poster for the Elijah Wood one, and it's just a mannequin, like with an all black background, and it's just like a mannequin.
It's the same running time too, like an hour
It's
and a
a
half.
new Maniac movie.
It's I think a loose remake.
Okay.
It came out in
2012.
It's like 10 years ago.
2012.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hour and 29 minutes. It was like it looks like it's unrated too. It's the screenplay is done by Alexander Aja, which I fucking love. His Hills Have Eyes. I love his movie Crawl, which was produced by Sam Raimi. So that actually makes me really excited to check that out. So I might actually watch that tonight.
It's on Tubi too.
It's directed by somebody I never heard of, Frank Calfoun. It looks like he directed Maniac, P2, which that's an underrated like Christmas slasher type movie. Not slasher, but horror movie. You know that one, P2? And it's like the girl that gets like stuck in the
parking garage or something.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I'm aware of it.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's not terrible, but I'd say it's good. I know
what that means, then. It means it's
not terrible, but it's good.
It means it's not good. And
it got a 6 out of 10. I'm just saying it's not terrible, but I don't know, like,
so is it
Robbie can be a stickler sometimes. So for him it might be mid. For him it might be mid.
Where do you put it on the Black
for
Christmas
me, it's like
scale?
For me, it could be a 6 or 7 out of 10. For Robbie, it could be a 5. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, exactly. Sometimes me and Robbie are right on the money with our views, and then sometimes we slip a notch or two.
And bro, my shit changes every time I rewatch a movie. Like this was the first time my Texas Chainsaw Massacre rewatch, part 3. First time, I was like, "This is a good movie." First time in my life, I was like, "This is a good movie." Yeah, Leatherface.
Oh, I love
TCM3. Yeah. What?
Vigo.
Yeah, Vigo's in it. Yeah. I love that. And then I watched a lot of new ones that like post remake, right? That I had never seen before, and some of them surprised me in all kinds of ways.
Remake? There's too many remakes.
I feel like you're gonna say you like The Next Generation.
I mean, we'll talk about that Monday night.
I think that movie's
if you dare to say you like The Next Generation over fucking Terrifier 2, there's going to be problems.
Next Generation
is incredible in that movie.
Next Generation gets in and out, though, at least. Like, it's just... Why are we bringing up Terrifier 2 again, man?
Pretty good, too.
I don't know.
What if Damien's watching right now?
I got you.
Should I say my
I like how Dylan's like, let's talk about our favorite kills. Here's 3 that I like.
I'll
take them all.
My favorite kill.
3 more I could. 3 more.
I have one. I love the kill at the end. I love the all the ghosts coming back and ripping his head off.
Yeah.
And and there's a scene. There's right before they pull his head off, there's a snap with a snap in his spine, and then they pull the head off, and that just sells the whole deal. So that is my favorite scene. I love that scene. And the head doesn't look bad it could look goofy, but it actually looked pretty good. So.
Yeah. And it definitely like the prototype of the Joe Pilato kill at the end of Day of the Dead, right?
Yeah. And that guy died. He was a hemophiliac. He bled out in his apartment, and he had that head on the TV set. So when the cops came in, they found his body. They saw his head first on the TV.
Oh,
didn't know
no.
what the fuck was going on.
They're like, a maniac's loose.
Yeah. Oh my god. That one scene too, I'd say when he's stalking like that girl through the train station.
All right, you're not going to steal mine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I was going to pick.
sorry.
Okay, goddamn.
I didn't know.
That one. Well, the best is the Tom Savini. That's fucking insane. And then the blood splatter on the chick, right? And Tom Savini and that chick were actually dating at that time. Like they met on set and they started dating.
Yeah.
So like
you dog.
But that scene in the subway station. Like, this was the first time when I'm watching it. I'm like, I'm piecing this together. 1980, American Werewolf in London is 81. Did John Landis see this? Because you remember that scene where that dude's being stalked by the wolf in the fucking tunnels in London or whatever, right? Like, there's very reminiscent to me of that scene. It was the tension and the suspense that led up to, just out of everything else in this movie, a very simple stabbing, but like everything that built up to it, that's what sells it. That's awesome, y'all.
I couldn't agree more. I almost was like, how did we not bring up that scene?
Yeah.
That was such a great scene. Such a good one. Perry, my man.
I'm gonna go the couple in the car is probably the best scene, right?
Yeah, that's the most iconic without a doubt.
Yeah, but then I would say if I had to pick one that I think is probably the most like prominent scene to me that like stuck out the most besides that was the first prostitute. Like that was creepy, dude. Like Dylan was saying, like he didn't even sleep with her. Like that's like the most creepiest part. Like at least if he slept with her and then he killed her, I get it. Like you don't want to pay for sex. like there's a yes, we're all sick fucks apparently. So
again,
there's a reason behind it.
When I go to the fucking IHOP, I want to pay for pancakes.
There's no motive, which is what's so uneasy for me. It's like there's this element of danger throughout the whole movie that like, and they made it so real. Like anywhere you go, any moment in time, any place, you could be making out with a chick, you could be selling pussy on the curb, you could be running in the train station, you could just die for no reason. You know, and like that to me is the most terrifying thing in the world because it's so fucking real, dude.
Perry, I don't want to like fuck you up too much, but dude, that's always true.
But I don't know, they captured that in like such a realistic way, you know?
It's so scary. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I love New York. I never want to go.
Right. After watching Maniac, you never fucking want to go.
At least now I've warmed up to New York, but I will never go to Eastern Europe after seeing Hostel 1 and 2.
I was legit. I watched you remember like Road Trip, Euro Trip? Yeah. I remember watching Euro Trip. I was like, I want to go
backpacking in Europe. Yeah.
I was like, I want to go to Amsterdam so bad.
Nope.
Watching Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. Then I watch Hostel. I'm like, I'm never fucking going there.
Yep.
Ever.
They're dudes in fucking leather that are not there for good intentions.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Never, dude. I'll never go to fucking Eastern Europe, and I'll never backpack across the country and stay at a hostel. Brett, what's up?
Hey, Brett.
Been a fucking minute, bro. Nice. I saw your
renowned artist, Brett Hess. Everybody,
dude. He just put up a couple pictures he did, man, or painted. I'm pretty sure he paints them, dude.
Yeah,
fucking killer, bro.
Yeah,
dude's got mad skill. But yeah, dude, just great kills in this all around, but just great characters, man. Like this is up there with, you know, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and so many other great like psychological horror movies, man.
Martin, one we just talked about not too long ago.
Oh, Martin, yes,
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I knew, man. That.
By the way, same Scarefest that Damien Leone's going to be at, and the guy who does art. That dude's there. Martin's going to be there, y'all. I'm so freaking excited. Yeah, dude.
No way.
They just announced Ken Foree and Doug Bradley this week, by the way.
What?
Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
Y'all meet me at Scarefest Lexington, Kentucky, October.
You're gonna meet Doug Bradley?
I've met him before.
Oh, you have? Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna meet him again though. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That'd be cool if you could interview him.
I've dealt with more suffering since I last saw him.
I know you like
sure enjoy it.
Felissa Rose and Doofy from Scary Movie. What's his name in real life?
Chris Sheridan?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Chris Sheridan.
But that'd
great
be cool.
guy, great.
Doug Bradley, I hear, is a really nice guy too. But yeah, I always hear such good things about Chris Sheridan. Like he's just such a down to earth guy, and it's crazy how he got jacked recently.
Oh, he's super jacked. And when you meet Doug Bradley, you just feel like you want to have tea with him. Tea and crumpets. What the fuck a crumpet is? I don't know what a crumpet is.
Like a crouton,
right? But I'll have one if it's with Doug Bradley, motherfucker.
You get the crumpet and it looks like the Hellraiser lament configuration and it starts moving. You're like, oh no, I fucked up.
This was a mistake.
I renounce my wish.
I take it back. I take it back. The sweet suffering. Yes. Man, speaking of, since Prey is getting a 4K and that was a Hulu release, I don't know. I wonder, was it Fox who put out that Hellraiser movie? Because that needs to get a fucking 4K as well. And I'm wondering, is that going to get a sequel? Because I absolutely love that movie, man. I would love to get a continuation of that world. And I think Robbie would agree on that as well. And I know he's a big Hellraiser fan. And I believe Fable liked that movie as well. And
Fable loves some
huge. Fable's a huge Hellraiser fan. I know I wouldn't say like the whole series. I know the first 3 is his forte.
Dave Sheridan is that dude's name.
Dave Sheridan, yes. Yeah. Okay. That's yeah. You had the Sheridan right.
Fuck. Like I'm supposed to be his homie, right? We hung out for an afternoon. Like
we hung out. I thought we were buds, dude.
Everybody gave me a free CD.
I don't remember his name.
Chilling with Chris, motherfucker.
Chilling with Dylan.
Yeah. Remember when I used to say I wanted to do a sideshow called Chilling with Dylan?
Yep.
Chilling with Dylan.
And then we watched Hatchet 4, Victor Crowley. So
yeah. I just lost this after that chick gets killed. He's like, fuck, I just lost a sub.
Wait, how many? They're like, how many subs you got? Like 67? Well, 66 now.
66
yeah, or whatever it is.
Oh my god,
he's great. He's so cool. He gave me the CD. He was developing the character that he played in Ghost World. He was developing that character for its own project, and he wrote all of the original music for the soundtrack. And they pulled the plug on it. He took that character into Ghost World for a brief bit. But he gave me a copy of the CD. And it's fucking hilarious. So
really?
I wish they would have made that movie. I told him, I was like, you let me know, man. We'll kickstart this shit. You come on, we'll fucking get it going, man. You just let me know.
Hell yeah. That'd be
and
cool.
He's ripped.
He is. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
His biceps as big as my fucking
dude, when I saw that
everything.
you were with him and I was like, Jesus, bro, he is fucking huge. But yeah, so let's see. I know Robbie mentioned the score. I'd say we probably get into the rating. I don't know. Or well, I get Robbie could do what he thinks this movie means and he nails it every time.
What this movie means, the theme of this movie, the point of this movie is exactly what Perry said. It's to make you feel uneased. It's to make you feel unsettled. It's to make you realize that at any moment, some maniac can end your life.
Wow.
Right? That's what it is. So what do we get from that? We get the idea of live your life and live it to the fullest. Because you never know when it's over.
Yeah.
You never know.
There's a big short that I love seeing lately. And it's this guy, I don't know if he's a motivational speaker or what. He'll be like, if I offered you $10 million, right? Or like 10, 20 million, whatever, the number doesn't really matter. You're like, if I offered you $20 million, would you take it? They're like, yeah, of course. And they're like, but what if I offered you $20 million, but you're going to die tomorrow? And he's like, oh, then no, I wouldn't take it. He's like, so what did he say? He said, so you're saying that you know what I'm saying? That your life is worth more than $20 million. He's like, so every day you should live like it's your last and just be grateful to be here.
That's Stoic philosophy right there.
Thing, man. And
it's Stoic philosophy. Dude, it's like, let shit roll off. Enjoy your life. right? And I think that's something we get out of movies like this that make us realize these things. And I get that at the time you can point it out that like at the time when they were doing this shit, and yeah, you're right, Taki. Fuck Gene Siskel, fuck Roger Ebert. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about when it comes to horror films at all. But like the whole idea of this like moral superiority about these films, right? And they're like, well, this is telling women that they shouldn't go out. It's also telling Tom Savini he shouldn't fucking be out because that's the gnarliest fucking kill is a dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I get all these kind of things, but all of this like criticism on these films from this era, late 70s, early 80s, all the criticism, especially when it comes to the victimization of women, a lot of it is bullshit. And then a lot of it's not, but a lot of it's bullshit. So a lot of it is this and a lot of it's not. So there's like a bubble in the middle where it meets. But also this movie's about parenting. Parenting. Parrington Bear. Paddington, right? Anyway, this movie's about like how you can fuck your kid up, man.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ. And we need to pay attention. Like it's nice when people have kids. They're, oh, you got a kid. Oh, so how cute. People want to come see the baby. And then like they don't give a shit. No, pay attention to how people are treating their fucking children. How they talk. When you go over to your friend's house and they got like an 8-year-old or a 4-year-old or whatever the fuck year old, and they're like talking shit, like, and you're uncomfortable, like that's a red fucking flag.
Now we're catching hands, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I know. I mean, I'm just saying, I know people like this, and like, dude, y'all, that you're gonna make somebody a maniac. Like this shit happens. It's about the trauma that is embedded into us at an early age, and what we need to do is live our life because a maniac, someone who's never dealt with their trauma adequately, will come out and could just get you one night, right? Or something else, like Bray Wyatt. You could just have a heart attack and be gone at 30-something years of age. Like, it's ridiculous. Live your life, enjoy it, and all that shit. Because when you don't live your life, and that's part of that is dealing with your trauma, you are the other flip side of this coin, right? Which is Joe Spinell in this film, which is the maniac, Frank Zito. Like, he could be suave. He could be charming. Dude, he, in this movie, could have everything he wants, but he couldn't get over the shit that was embedded in him. So first of all, don't fuck up your kids. And second of all, if you've been fucked up by your parents, go to therapy. Talk to some people.
Don't fuck up your kids with the trauma you got. That's a one big thing where it's like, you got to just let go of the past. I always sat there and just thinking about, oh man, I should have done this right. I should have done this better. I should have done this, and maybe I'd be in a better position. You can't even fucking do that. You'll fucking you'll go nuts thinking about, I should have done this, I should have done that. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is just keep it pushing, and just try to do better each day. And just try to change. It's never too late as long as you're not fucking in adult diapers shitting your fucking pants. You know what I mean? There's time to change, bro. Like all of us, you know what I mean? Like
my dad used to say, you can't drive a car looking at the rearview mirror.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've tried it. It's fucked up, bro.
You gotta always look forward. You can't be looking back, man.
Yeah. I do. That was a huge problem of mine, man. That I've always kind of like been like, damn, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Wish I stayed playing basketball and shit. Like just little shit, just but
wish I bought more Dogecoin. Knew what the fuck.
Yeah. Right.
I just want to let Carolina Chris 26 know there's no rape in this movie unless I'm
that's not it. That's
he doesn't even want to get it in. He could if he wants to too.
Yeah,
he could have got laid and he didn't.
He chose not to.
That's another thing that definitely reminds me of like Norman Bates, where it's like Norman Bates could have. There's times where he probably could have got laid and he doesn't. He ends up killing the person. And
actually, in the remake, he did bang one out in the two-way mirror, but.
R.I.P.
You can't even call him. The original. You can't even call him like an incel in this film because he's a volcel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
voluntarily. So
anyway, it's really crazy though how he just can be turned like suave and pulling these good-looking chicks, and like everybody like was like, oh man, like he comes with gifts. It's like he's a gentleman.
Well, to be fair, he only pulled in one Killer Monroe. The other ones he didn't pull in the other ones.
Well, yeah, but
they had a connection. But they had
fitting in.
They have a connection because he got her address from a fucking luggage, some luggage, and he like showed up at. By the way, 1980s way different. Like, I was thinking about this when I was watching this movie. I was like, people used to be able to look my name up and like know my address and my phone number. Like, well, fucking nowadays, I'm like, no, you're not going to get my cell phone number. You're ridiculous. Like,
right.
Well, he
5
got
people
off the
have
bag.
this
He
number.
got off the bag that was left. She just left her bag for some unknown reason in the park. But
Yeah.
that's how he got a name and number.
Crazy, dude. I mean, back in those days too, they'd have it just sitting on their luggage, all their info and their address and all that. You know what I mean?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit, like, we were way more trusting back in those days,
Yeah.
which were crazier, apparently. I don't fucking know, man. Like,
Right. Oh my God. I won't even put my phone number on like Facebook and all that shit. No fucking way. Crazy.
No, he did. Well, we just watched the other night. We did After Hours, which if you haven't seen it, go watch that review. But After Hours and this movie were both made in the early 80s, so the New York is similar. And
I love After Hours so much. That's such
just,
a great.
you know,
We just reviewed that.
I saw
night.
that. You better have given it 5 you digs all the way across.
I did. I gave it 5 stars.
I
You gave it
think
4.75.
I think I gave it a 4.
I didn't even know if you would like it, so that's pretty good.
I said though I only watched it one time and I said that it could, because I didn't catch some of the little subtle things that Scarpat was pointing out, and I was like, it definitely could raise. Only reason I said I think it is a 5, but there was other Scorsese movies I like better, so that's why I couldn't give it a full 5. But it is a fucking great movie, dude.
Yeah,
Dylan, I love you. That's some weak ass shit, man. You can give Scorsese as many 5s as you want. Just don't give it done.
Right. That's why I needed you there, man.
This is in my top 5 Scorsese movies for sure.
It's a great one, man. It's an overlooked Scorsese film.
I was gonna say, man, it really is. I had
and to find out, we found out it was supposed to be a Tim Burton movie. He was supposed to direct it.
Yeah, and I think that would have been good too, but it would have went too zany, you know, too dark.
It had apes in it. Who knows?
Yeah, well, one day, man, maybe like a year or two from now, I'll have to do a rewatch, and we'll have to review that together, Robbie, because I think that would be that. Me and Scarpa had a great conversation with that, and I think
I'll rewatch it. And I'll be like, this movie runs a little long at times. I give it 3.5.
It's only 90 minutes. So did you rate it, Dylan? Did you rate
I wish I was a bit taller too, Fable.
Are you rating it, Dylan?
Yeah. We'll do the rating. I would, dude. Man, I hate going first sometimes. I hate setting the tone because I'm so lenient. And then I know if I gave this like a 5, I'd be like, you didn't get fucking After Hours at 5. Dude, this movie, man, there's like really nothing wrong with it to me. So in a way, like, I know it's not a 5, it's probably more like a 4, but in my mind, it's like a perfect film, and I'd say it's a fucking 5, bro. I love this movie, dude, and it's up there with those great movies that me and Robbie love, like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Martin, Exorcist 3, you know what I mean? Like,
greatest psychological thriller of the 90s right there, brother.
Yes, dude, I love this movie. And yet, like I said, I can take a step back and be like, okay, I understand. Maybe like if I'm gonna be like a freaking a professional scorer, what was that I used to do?
I'm a professional critic. I'm a letterbox, bro.
Yeah, when I was a letterbox critic, when I was professional letterbox critic, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's a 4. But the fanboy in me, dude, always like gives it that extra bump, you know? So it's a 5, bro. I fucking love this movie. The kills are great. This movie really fucking put the 80s. This is one of the great movies from the 80s, man, or horror movies. Great kills, great like character arc, great psychological horror. Just fucking, I mean, Spinell, dude, just really fucking nailed this, dude. Nailed it top to bottom. And he did the screenplay. Like, that really blew me away when I saw that, right? Like, as soon as we started the show, I was like, wow, never knew that.
This was his Rocky.
Great job.
This was his Rocky, right?
Right. That makes sense, dude. And then he was like, I have to star in it. And he, like Scarpa had said, he wanted to be on the cover. Yeah, dude, this movie just fucking rocks, dude. It is so unnerving. It just makes you, like Perry said, dude, you almost could take a shower after this because you feel dirty watching it, dude. But it's like that dirty little secret that you fucking love, man, you know?
so goddamn good, man. I highly recommend this, man. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you are a fucking major horror fan, this is a must-have. And I knew Scarp had. I couldn't believe he didn't see this because I was like Robbie said, this is right up your alley, dude. This is that grindhouse New York cinema right here, man. Fucking tits to the wall, bro. So fucking awesome.
To the windows, to the wall, to the tits right down my balls. Is that how the lyrics
Yeah.
go?
Hell yeah. Perry, you want to rock it? We'll go around.
Oh yeah. So if I'm gonna rate this, I'm probably gonna give it a solid 4.0. Right? Like it's not. I feel weird giving it a 5 because like a 5 to me is like I want to sit down and tell people that I like this movie, you know, and I feel weird doing that. Like, yo, bro, you want to watch Maniac with me?
In
like,
this genre, you like it.
So I'm just gonna give it a solid 4 because I think everything this movie set out to accomplish, it did. And the outcome just happened to be like, you know, like that feeling. So mission accomplished. You know, they got those feelings out of me. A lot of horror movies try that and fail really bad. So they really executed that. So yeah, perfect 4 for me. I think that's a solid rating.
Hell yeah.
All I can think about now is how I should have given After Hours a 5. Damn it!
Man, I didn't mean to put you on tilt.
I remember that when Perry wouldn't even
I'll
watch
just
horror
fuck
movies,
with
so
you.
he's come a long
I
way.
do. I really did like that movie. I couldn't believe I never
great
saw
movie.
it, man.
4.5 is not a bad. Or
it.
4.75 is not a bad score.
No, dude.
The first time Perry reviewed the Alien game, Alien Isolation, he almost jumped in the back out the window.
Yeah. I went from major pussy to like I kind of like horror movies, you know,
I
like
love your reaction.
it was a gradual phase, you know, like
dude, if you're a fucking real one. If you watch this, man, I mean,
Scarphead
didn't even dude. Scarphead has dedicated his life to this shit, just like me and Robbie.
I love how many of our friends,
motherfucker, you worked at a movie store. You saw blood.
Yes, I did.
You're the one who introduced me to blood sucking freaks.
I love how so many of our friends like Perry, Verno, and like they start off, they're like, oh yeah, horror's cool. Then like at the end of the day, they're like, bruh, I love this shit.
Yeah,
it's addictive, man.
So
Perry gave it a 4. I guess I'm next, right?
Motherfuckers addicted to this shit.
Fuck yeah, we do. It's the enthusiasm, right?
That's my joy in life, is getting people like Verno hooked on it.
Yep.
Dude, Verno was like, he obviously watched horror before, I'm sure. There's no fucking doubt. But he was a cash, and now he's like a fucking nut like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I love. Like, it's just
hashtag hooked on horror. That's a good hashtag for us to use here at DHS.
Hashtag nut for horror.
Yeah, fully aroused, you know.
Yeah, I'll nut for horror too, man. It happens.
Hashtag hooked on horror.
Just watch Nightmare Sisters. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
I have to preface this as the first episode of Horror Fest 2023. Pretty much all of my ratings, maybe 95% of them, are going to be at least 0.5 higher than they actually should be, because I get so excited for Horror Fest. And I just love watching these movies. That being said, I'm going to give this one a 4.5. I think it's a really great film that does do exactly what it sets out to do. Some really great performances from some of the main characters in the film. But some of the other characters, you know, they're just there, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for excellent special effects by Tom Savini. I'm here for that grimy 1979, 1980 New York vibe. I'm here for New York Ripper. I'm here for fucking Martin. I'm here for Henry. I'm here to see that, but in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for that story. I'm here to be put uneased. I'm here for that. That's why I watch these movies. That's why I love awesome horror movies that are fun, like Return of the Living Dead, Reanimator, all that kind of shit, right? But like sometimes we need a movie like Maniac to remind us of the serious nature of this. But also, this film is actually art. This is an art house film to me. I really love it. I will give it 4.5. Ya digs. The music, the atmosphere, everything about it. It resonates in an uneasy way. So that's what I think. 4.5.
Hell yeah. Horror Fest, baby. What's up, Lost in Comics? Good to see you, brother. I ain't seen you guys in the chat in a minute. Hope y'all are. Hope all is well. And Billy, hail my brother. Scarpad, what's your rating, dude?
Gotta go 5 all the way because, as I said before, this movie set the trend. It was 1980. Everything that came after this, all the He Knows Your Loans and all that, the Imitators, and the gory stuff that came out that was even a lot gorier than this. It set the table for that. It became a trendsetter because it did get people out picketing against it. Maybe, I don't know if this was the first one that did that, but man, this one really made a big splash with people picketing against it. And they got people out to watch it. And then I think those people probably turned into horror fans just from watching this movie. They found out they loved the shit. But really, it all comes down to Joe Spinell, because without him in this movie, it doesn't even go anywhere close to it. This guy, what a character actor, what a run he had of all different type of movies. The guy was a huge drinker and a huge drug taker and partier. And if you watch that documentary, people they loved him and they hated him. There's a scene in one of the documentaries where he's actually sitting with one of his friends and Steven Spielberg as he's watching him to get passed over for best directing Jaws. And this guy was totally supportive of, it's on this disc, of Steven Spielberg. And you can tell Spielberg felt like shit. And the guy came out and said, fuck that, man. How can a movie get directed? Because Jaws was nominated for Best Picture and the director not get nominated. He said, that's like, who fucking directed this? The Shark? Did my mother direct this fucking movie? No, you did. And he made Spielberg feel better. And that's the type of guy this guy was. And he put everything into his movies. And when I heard that, that breathing and that
that breathing next level. I was listening to that.
When I heard that, this guy was committed, man. And when you have that kind of commitment to a movie, it's got to be a 5 star. So 5 stars for me.
Dude, I could almost see freaking, because Kane Hodder really brought the breathing into Jason. I could almost see him watching this and being like, dude, breathe. That breathing is just so creepy. Well, you also get really good breathing in Black Christmas as well. But Black Christmas and this, dude, the breathing is just And
I really, really recommend this.
Creepy.
Whether you get the Blu-ray or the 4K from Blue Underground, this is a great disc, and the extras are just great on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have such good extras.
I don't even own that set. I gotta get it.
But you watch these, and it's just fantastic stuff, and almost all testimonials to him because he's that good.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Recommended.
So to a 4, 5, and 2 5s. And what do we got in the chat?
18.
Yeah, Chris, 5 is the highest rating. It's 1 to 5. Or if you're Robbie, you give Blood Sucking Freaks a 0.
It has the distinction of only being the only movie I've ever given a 0, just so you know.
Just busting your balls. Two Gun Pedro, first time watch for him. Gave it a 3.69. Let's see there. I'll make sure I didn't pass anyone. So
I didn't know that Two Gun Pedro's last name was Siskel.
Yeah, he's being critical on this one.
Yeah. Oh, Two Gun Pedro's on Letterboxd now. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, he must be. He must have just signed up. Yeah, so I'd say 4, 5, and 2 5s. I mean, dude, that's an easy 4.69.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. Great fucking movie.
And we got to shout out the director cameo. He was in the movie. He was the guy at the desk of the hotel. That was Bill Lustig. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, the director's cameo.
Yeah. So no better way to start Horror Fest. And as always, man, this is just us getting started. Evan gave it a 4, you digs. Fuck yeah, brother. First time watch for him as well. We're just getting started, man, and it's gonna be fucking nuts. Like we said, we just kicked Horror Fest off. I fucking launched this shit, baby. That's how I fucking do shit. I launched it with Maniac. Robbie will be fucking launching it on his channel with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I mean,
Jesus, this guy's
All 25 movies.
This guy's a fucking legend for doing that shit.
Thankfully, it's just
dude,
9.
How the fuck does he do
It
it?
felt like 25.
I'm going to tell y'all this. Brooks
He's a
did
busy
not.
man.
I'm going to tell y'all this. Brooks did not enjoy this. So,
Really?
like, you should be excited for that. It's going to be a good show.
You
I
didn't like
can't
any of it?
wait to hear Brooks. I can't wait to hear him. He's gonna be like, I can't believe you made me fucking watch that. It'd be funny to hear Brooks like actually get like loud and be like, damn. You know,
He
like,
might. He was
You
kind of
motherfucker.
irate. He was irate at me. He was like, bruh, I have not liked any of these movies but the first one.
oh man.
No, I just watched it 2003.
Oh,
that shit's
come on.
awesome, dude.
Dude,
Oh,
2003
it is
is
so
so
good.
good.
How
Did
can
you
you
watch
not like
Did
number
you watch
two?
the second one, The New Beginning, which is sequel prequel?
No, I think it's
That's
just
a good
yeah,
one
yeah.
too, man. That's fucking damn good. And then Vern will be doing Don't Breathe to kick off his channel. And I will be doing week 2. So next show will be the motherfucking Howling. Joe Dante's Howling. You know I can't do a horror fest without a werewolf movie. I'm super hyped to talk about this one because last year we did Silver Bullet, which is
maybe.
and Robbie did Serpent in the Rainbow last horror fest. Yeah, great fucking movie. As always, be on the lookout. Robbie will be kicking off his horror fest show Monday with the Texas Chainsaw franchise, and you know it's going to be fucking legendary. So go check them out. And next week we will be here to review, like I said, the motherfucking
all the
Howling.
way back.
All the way back, baby.
It's gonna take us
We'll be
another
here
half an
to
hour to
review
get back
Joe
there.
Dante's The Howling next week. And I cannot wait.
One by
It's
the time
going
we
to
get
be
through.
fucking
Which,
awesome.
by the way, for Horror Fest on PCP 2 years ago, we did The Howling. So check out that video as well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't do the Howling 2. My sister is a fucking werewolf.
Oh, I would love to review that one.
Yeah.
That movie's so
Civil
bad,
War,
but
man.
I love
Maybe
it.
maybe we'll do that at some point.
Christmas
That's a hard Blu-ray to find, right? I think
It is. Yeah. But I'm sure you could find it on like I think it's on Tubi or something. Or it's
And then later on, didn't they become marsupials?
That's part 3.
Kangaroo.
Part 3, the marsupials.
Isn't that like a kangaroo?
Kangaroo fucking werewolves and shit, man. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Kangaroo werewolves? That sounds
Like, what? They jumped the kangaroo on that. They jumped the marsupial.
Dude, I couldn't agree more, Chris. I fucking am so hyped for Saw. I cannot wait to see Saw X. I love Saw, dude. I love the whole franchise. I'm not the craziest about Jigsaw. I don't hate it. And Spiral is good too. Jigsaw and Spiral are good, but I love the first 7, dude. So much, dude. I fucking love that franchise. So damn good. That is such a part of me, like growing up as a kid. Those are coming out every Halloween. So fucking, I love those movies, man. But as always, guys, like I said, everybody, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Had a good little chat in here. You guys are all the best. Great way to start off Horror Fest. You know, we got to, it was only right to start with a fucking banger like Maniac. And like I said, check Robbie out this Monday. And I think Vern will be doing his show Thursday.
And don't forget, we'll be back sometime this week with the second James Bond film from Rush with Love.
Yep, we'll be doing
Perry. That should be
which
fun.
Robbie will be proud of me because me and Perry have never seen any of the James Bond movies.
Nice.
I fucking love Dr. No. And I'm
dude,
from
straight hard on for Dr. No, bro.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
great.
Dude.
And the
You'll
next
love
one's
from
got
Russia with
Quint-
Love, man. Honey Rider, man.
And
Quint
Quint from Jaws.
and he's buff. Man.
I can't wait, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so hyped to dive into these. I've only
Wait
seen
till you
like
get to 3.
yeah. Oh, dude, that's why I was like, we got to get into these because I was like, I got to watch more of these. And
There's going to be some rough times ahead, though.
I'm
some
so,
dangerous
there's a
waters,
lot.
man,
There's like
just so you know.
25. Yeah.
The journey is long, my friend.
Yes, it is. You're going to get really kind of bored during some Roger Moore shit, but it's okay.
Oh,
It'll pull itself together.
maybe
And Timothy
one.
Dalton, look forward to that shit because both of those are fucking awesome. Fuck you, Scarpad. Don't condescend to me.
Moore's
Timothy
got some
Dalton,
good
fucking
stuff.
James Bond is fucking awesome.
Moore's got some good stuff.
Well, I don't
He
know.
does, man.
He's got
Timothy
good, but
Dalton was good. Wasn't
I'm
bad.
guessing not all of his stuff is good. But,
He just did too many. That's all.
It's all of
He
a
did
matter
too.
of opinion. That's for damn sure.
I was
But
talking
I'm
about Roger
excited.
Moore.
I'm excited to
Oh,
dive
yeah,
into
yeah.
them. And Robbie, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure did a bunch of the James Bond movies.
We did a Bond cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bond.
as always, guys, thank you all for coming and hanging out, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you next Saturday for week 2 of Horror Fest, baby. You guys enjoy, and thanks for hanging with us. Peace out, y'all.